Welcome back to Base Camp, WNC. As the title says, this is a homeowner built spring on the west coast of the country. I helped them through video pictures and off the internet to help them do this thing. Their total flow was 100 gallons a minute seasonally. The previous owner had a problem with the dam wall being busted out and the tank, all the pipes in the tank being filled up with sediment. So I came up with a few ideas to help them, and I want to show it to you, and this may be able to help you in the future. Well, after they removed the dam wall that was there before, or what was left of it, excavated the hole. Of course, they're standing in that puddle of water, but this is the hole that the spring and everything comes out of. We're here on the East Coast, and if we get 2-3 gallons a minute of spring, we think we've got something. And you think about getting 100 gallons a minute, and then all of a sudden you have to add in the erosion factor and the problems that all come with how do you handle 100 gallons a minute and keep everything in place. So they got tired of walking through the mud and trudging through it, so you can see they've got a walk board put down. And this is kind of like the little pond below the spring where all the overflow ends up before it begins its little creek type setup. Well, here's what they've done. Now that in the forefront there, that gray, and that's a shower pan liner, is actually just draped from the bottom of the spring up over top the dam wall. And you see that little bit of a notch there in the very middle. What that does is when it starts seasonally flowing 100 gallons a minute, that acts like a giant water slide for the water just to go over top the dam wall and end up in the pond without eroding the wall over. And then they'll put rock in. Let me show you a picture of all that. So here's a picture of the rock going in, and the cover, of course, that's sitting underneath of the rock will then go over top of it. The rock's just holding the cover down as usual. Well, here it is with the gravel in, the cover over top of it. They stack these block on top of it. You can see the one turns sideways, so the water will come out between the block, and over top that shower pan liner is a sliding board down into the pond, so hopefully it won't erode their dam wall this time. So now just below the spring, they've put one of my spring boxes in to try to collect some sediment with some filters in it. And let me get another shot of this thing and I'll show you what it looks like from the top down. Now from my videos, the owners have duplicated this. This is a 15-gallon barrel. Now the pipe in the very center from the top is the inflow coming in. From the spring, it goes down to a drop tube that goes down and pushes it to the bottom of the tank for sediment. The two filters are hooked on to one line. That is the outflow, so the water has to come in from the spring, go through those filters down to the tank. The pipe on the lower left-hand side there is the overflow line that goes out and just goes into the little creek that it started. Well, here it is sitting. That hole will be backfilled within about the top quarter of the tank, so of course they can access the lid and the filters inside to change them or clean them. And of course this is one of the owners, and I believe the other owner must be the cameraman or camera operator person. So with a little bit of backfill and plant some native grasses on it, they might need to take a little bit of brown, black, green spray paint and finish camouflaging that drum, because wintertime it might show out, but just kind of keep prying eyes and nosy people away from it. But the project's almost complete. Now down the hill from the spring box is the tank that was left there, I believe, from the previous owner. And this is a modest little 5,000-gallon tank because it's used for fire suppression and water storage. They did put a float valve inside the tank, so when the tank is full, it then just overflows all the way back up to the spring, so that way it doesn't keep coming through the filters and clog them up with unnecessary water. They are considering adding another tank in there, And as the owner said, they're keeping their fingers crossed and praying because at presently their tank runneth over. So if I can ever help you, let me know. Give me a contact. It's what we do. My email's here. I'm more than glad to help you. If you're within a modest range or you want to pay for travel time, I'm more than glad to come out and help you. Thank you for watching. And as usual, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.